Hello and welcome back. I'm Lori Williams, and today I want to talk to you about how the universe is always giving you exactly what you ask for, although it may not necessarily be packaged the way that you are expecting. So, let's break this down a little bit. When I say the universe is always giving you exactly what you're asking for, let's say, for an example, if you want to work on self love, you're going to be put in situations where you through like trials and tribulations, maybe even traumas, like healing traumas and things like that, where you're going to be forced to have to look at yourself in a different way and recognize where maybe old habits, patterns that weren't serving you need to be shifted into something that actually projects that meaning of self love. Um, so when we go through different experiences in our life where we're like, oh, I want this in my life, we typically will get the opposite of that in order to learn the thing that we want. One thing that I have noticed, and this is actually why I wanted to do this video, is because for the probably about the last 8 years, 9 years maybe now, I have picked a word of the year and a phrase of the year at the end of every single year. So my word of the year is health, and my phrase of the year, this is for 2024, my phrase of the year is let it be. Now, I don't know about you, but every time I pick my phrase and my word of the year, the universe goes above and beyond to show me the importance of those words. Now, I'm very aware of, like creating our own reality. I've actually done many videos on that. So if you're wanting to know more about that, go find those videos for sure. Ultimately, it comes down to we create our reality. And because I have made those the words and the phrase of the year, I am going to be very aware of, those things coming, those themes coming up in my life. And man, have I ever been aware. I have been given so many experiences where, I mean, we're only into the end of June of 2024, and I have already been given so many experiences in this year that have forced me to make a decision to just let it be. Like, literally, I have zero control over it. Some of it is heart wrenching, some of it is excitement, whatever it is. Some of it is just, most of it is out of my power, out of my control. It's just things that I really have to let it be. So, and then with my health, um, I was actually good for the first 3 months. And then in March, I, started to realize there was some, not medical, I didn't have medical issues, but they were definitely could have become issues if I didn't do something about it. And I was faced with that in March of this year. So definitely, I mean, it's almost like I'm psychic or something. The word health has definitely been very, very prominent this year for me as well. And but it's not looking, it's not just be like, the universe is serving me up good health and serving me up all of the things of like just me having like inner peace and calmness and things like that. It's not like that at all. It's me finding health in the chaos and the destruction, in the changing of habits, and those changing of habits are hard and it sucks. Giving up things like, say, like sugar, or giving up things like, maybe your thing is chocolate, maybe whatever it is, the things that we may have to give up um, in order to live up to the thing that we want, like in my case being health. I have to give up things, I have to change things, because the truth of it is no matter where we are, if we keep doing the things we've always done, we're going to get the same results we've always got, right? And if for me to say, oh, I want good health, there's obviously reason in my health that I want that. If I was already in good health, I wouldn't want good health, right? So the universe just makes you very, very aware of where you're at. And ultimately, it's like the universe is asking you, how bad do you want it? How much are you willing to work for it? Because it is a lot of work. It is the deep inner work. It is the having to face yourself in situations that maybe you've never had to face yourself in, or you've just suppressed it so you avoided it completely. But the time will come where you can't avoid it anymore. It's going to come up for you. Whatever you ask the universe for, it's never going to look like how you wanted it. Not initially. Eventually it will, but not initially. I remember probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I was crazy and decided to set my word as love for the year. That was the year that all of my relationships fell apart. Every single relationship that I thought meant anything to me, there's still a few of those that go in that grouping that are still there, or that are still with me, obviously. But every relationship that mattered to me, I had lost, or most of them. I would say 75% of the relationships that mattered the most to me, I had lost. But looking back now, I realized they had to go. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They had to go. And not just from me, for the other person as well. The ending of that relationship, it was an ending of a soul contract. It had to go. I couldn't grow in that environment. And if I'm being held back, obviously the other person is being held back on some level too. Now, did it feel like I was experiencing love that year? Absolutely not. the complete opposite. um, and that's my next point, is as you're going through it, you're not going to see it as the gift that it is. You're going to have to get through it, maybe even heal from it, and move on a little bit before you can look back and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, that I asked for that. That's exactly what I wanted, even though the gift itself will come, but it's not going to look like a gift. It's not going to feel like a gift as you're going through it. It is still a gift nonetheless. So I hope this helps to clarify. Keep asking for the things. This is what growth is all about, right? The harder it is to face whatever it is that you have to face, the more exponential the growth. And you get to a certain point in your journey where it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna start tackling the biggest things, because I know that gives me the most growth. If you're not there yet, that's totally fine too. I mean, if you're more like beginner, intermediate level, that's fine too. Wherever you're at, meet yourself where you are. But recognize that when you are asking the universe for something, you will eventually get it. It just may not be packaged the way that you hoped or the way that you assumed. But be open for that, because that's where the miracle is. That's where the true gift actually is. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you back here next time.